Hi, this is Brad Buckner, sharpensbest.com. I have a package here in my hands, and this package came from Maine, and it came from Elvis J. So if you know who you are, Elvis J, and you're from Maine, you're also going to kind of smile when you see this video because this started clear back in March. So actually, Elvis contacted us March the 9th. We contacted him March the 15th. July the 25th, a response came back from Elvis. He actually lost the knife for a while. He says, hey Brad, Chance, sorry, but the knife that I was going to send you guys grew legs and walked away. After some time, he found out where the knife was, and it took a little while longer to get the knife back. It was a knife that Elvis actually got from his father and wants to pass on to his son. So anyway, then after July, it was August the 22nd, we actually received the package. And then we had a correspondence on September the 13th, and now we're working on it. It is now September the 25th. People say, well, why is this taking so long? Or I thought you guys would respond right back. All right, I travel a lot. I'm gone a lot. I had about a month of some medical issue that came up. Chance has his life, his second anniversary. Had to go to Florida for a week or so. Elvis couldn't find the knife. It took a while to get it mailed. This has been going on since March the 9th. So folks, we have every intention of trying to get things done, get it done as quickly as we can in an expedient, fashion. I travel a lot. I mean, right now I'm pushing my schedule hard because the 26th, which is Tuesday at 2:35 in the afternoon, my plane takes off for Hawaii. I've still got to go back to Cheyenne. This is Monday. Okay, so we're talking about tomorrow. Tidy up some loose ends. I'm going to be gone 15 days. I've just been gone. I was only home one night. I was just gone 3 weeks. Went down to Phoenix, Arizona, did a show, went to Yuma. Then went up to Salt Lake City, and then over to Morgan, Utah, and then Morgan, Utah to Cheyenne. Cheyenne right straight back down to Denver, did some filming, and now it's Monday. So our lives are hectic, and we will get stuff done. We do it as quickly as we can. So let's look here and see. Let's see what we got here. I don't even know what the knife is. It feels like it's probably a pocket knife. So we just slice her open and feel in here. All right, it's an older knife. It's a Navy style knife. It's got the seatbelt cutter on it. It's got the window breaker on this end. It's a finger spring assist. It's got a serrated edge here, and then it has the tonto blade, regular blade, tonto blade, and tip. I don't actually see. I don't even see. I guess there's something down in there. I can't read it though. Top something knife, and but it was a guy. It was Elvis's dad's. So let's see first what we have for sharp, and so let's hide some of that paper. It is a real light mist out here. Oh my, that's not catching at all. That knife hasn't been sharpened in a very long time, actually. So let's pull out the rusty trusty handy dandy sharpeners here. So we got the long handle here. It's got the cross V for reshaping blades. It's got the open face carbide, straight line carbide right there. It's got a nice handle on it. It's pretty flat, fits right in your pocket easy. So we also have the Sharpen spark. It's got the cross V, the open face. It's got the spark in the handle. We'll hit that real quick. There's something about a visual, okay, with the sparks that really go, oh, that really is a sparker in there. And I've used this quite a bit yesterday on some filming, so let's just go ahead and use the long handle. Right now I'm going to run down through the serrated edge, and what I do is I just match the bevel just like this. Don't tip it up trying to get to the cutting edge. You take the edge off your own knife, you'll be very unsatisfied. Then you're going to get a hold of me, and the first words out of your mouth is going to be, "Your sharpener dulled my knife." It's inanimate, dude. Can't do anything. Sits on the table. That's where it is. If it's dull, you did it. operator error. Okay, so what we're going to do is match the bevel just like this. It's about a 12-degree bevel. And then I'm just going to slide it down through here like this. And it really is starting to shine, and I'm not ripping at it. I don't do that. I put about an ounce of pressure on it, and then I just slow down. I do the little points like this. And then I go to the second rounded hole there, and then on down. You want me to play with you, do you, buddy? Huh? You want me to throw that stick for you, or just hold it so you can chew on it? Huh? Cabo? Cabo! Alright, Cabo's a pretty cool little dog. If you leave him in the house, he goes to crying, so we bring him out here and tolerate. And that's what you got to do sometimes. So just like this, run down through the little points, then do the last one, add about an ounce of pressure. Don't push too hard, let it slide down through there. It'll follow the contour of the factory grind. Okay, now I'm going to set it down, cover up the first notch, and begin doing this. I'm going to hurry a little bit. I'm going to press just a little harder on it than normal because I actually have to cut some metal to put a new edge on it. I turn it this way, and I turn it this way, and then momentarily straight, and then turn it again. Turn it back this way. The reason I do that, I don't want to set up a cut pattern on the blade. So we just do this. I don't push too hard. I'm not pushing the ounce that I was talking about when I was talking about the serrated edge blade. So just like this. Now I'm going to give myself a little room. I'm still bumping my thumb so I actually stop and don't go back here around the corner because that's going to take that corner off of there. So we just do this. I watch the shine. I'll know if I need to tip it down or tip it up a tiny bit by the way the shine starts appearing on the cutting edge. When I see that I'm getting a shine all the way across the blade at the same time, then I know I've got it at the right angle. And so this side is just about finished, I think. I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to work on the other side. Match the bevel. Don't come down trying to get to the cutting edge. You can take the edge off your blade. Don't go up too far. I call this the heel of the blade, the toe of the cutting edge. If you're on the heel of the blade, you're not sharpening at all. If you're on the toe, which is the cutting edge, too much this way, you're actually going to dull your own knife because you're going to put perhaps a 35, 40 degree bevel on there. No good doing that. So we'll just do this, and I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. I turn it this way, turn it that way. Just don't press too hard, let it work, don't make it work. If you press harder, you end up with railroad tracks on your blade, just like this. Okay, I think I'm about ready to polish the blade. That's really light, probably 1/8 of an ounce of pressure. Right now I'm just touching, just polishing. So what am I polishing? I'm trying to polish that little wire edge off the blade. This would be as if I'm honing the cutting edge or stropping it with a piece of leather. So if I touch it really, really light, that's the finishing touches, that's the polishing, the honing, the stropping type. Okay, I do that at least 20 times, 10 on both sides, and I touch it really, really light. And that's how I finish the blade. Okay, now we get our piece of paper back out here that I tore off a little while ago that I was trying to cut. And let's see what I got. All right, if it'll tear, it'll cut. Oops, it needs just a little bit more. Not too much, but you know, it is getting to where it'll at least cut. Now, because it doesn't slice doesn't mean it's dull. It just means it's not ready to slice paper. We do the old thumbnail test again. Set it down light and just move it along. See how it stops and jerks and grabs? Okay, it needs just a little bit more, but it's certainly taking the fingernail off. So let's hurry it up a little bit, and I can actually still see little flat spots on the blade. And if you have the most minute, little teeny tiny flat spots here and there, it's not going to slice paper. Could I carve on wood? Yes. Could I cut boxes, paper, string, tape? Yes. But will it just slice paper? No, not yet. When the knife has actually been used quite some time or really hard and not resharpened, that's what you get. You have to work on it for a little while. I'm not going to say that this sharpener, you know, will get it done in 20 seconds. It took a lot longer than 20 seconds to dull it. So I'm just going to pester the blade along like this, like this. Don't press too hard, let it work, don't make it work. I don't want to tear up the blade. I don't want it, you know, getting pits and stuff in it. So we just scrape, touch, brush the blade with the sharpener, whatever you want to call it. All right, let's see. Now we just go out and straight off of the tonneau. blade. I'll slow down. Goes like this. If you're not putting hardly any pressure on it, it'll break over that point easily and not take the point off of it. It won't round it. So we just do this, do this. Okay, now I'm just going to brush really light. And let's see if we're closer now. See how much that changed? I can actually feel, when I quit the first time, I was starting to feel the little tiny burr develop on there. So how do you feel that? If I was to just do this, let's say for a minute, 2 minutes, probably just a minute, I would actually cut and push the metal out, causing the little hairs, the little fingers of metal to stick out there. And they're sticking out there like this. So when I tip it over and go like this, I can actually feel my sharpener cutting those little tiny whisker edges, those little tiny fine pieces of metal that's kind of strung out there like that. So when I turn it over and I feel the most minute resistance, I know I'm getting close to sharp. That's when I quit the first time. Then I spent a few, I don't know what it was, a minute maybe. The second time, wasn't really paying any attention to it. I don't pay attention to it. I just work it for a while, and then when I think it's ready to test again, you know, now I'm going to polish again. And I'm going to quit on, okay, I can tell by the scarring on the blade, the paint, the scratches, everything else, and the handle, it's been worn, you know, it's been dropped or something, it's been used. This is not a decorative knife that somebody just had in their pocket. They actually used this knife. If you're going to use this knife, I don't want it to really slice paper, because then it's got such a thin edge that you can damage the edge, or it just won't hold an edge because you made it so thin there's no strength left to it. So let's just do this now. Polish the blade a little bit, take the wire edge off. And this is probably pretty close to where I'm going to leave this knife, okay, because I don't want it too sharp. That's actually pretty darn sharp. And that's not real thick paper, so the paper, so what difference does it make on the thickness? The thicker the paper, the more resistance it has. So if the paper will just kind of stand right up there and hold itself, then I have more of an opportunity to cut it. If the paper is really flimsy, flexible, thin, moves easy, that knife better be sharp, or it'll just push it out of the way or tear it or something. Hey, Cabo. See, Cabo's like having a 2-year or 3-year-old around. They demand your attention, and they deserve it. That's why you have them, you know, so you can't just ignore them. That's rude. Okay, it's a dog, but it's still rude. That's how it is. So let's just, I'm almost like obsessed with making a knife sharp. People say, I think you're obsessed with sharpening or something, you know. And I sort of am, because if you know you have the capability of making the knife even sharper, it's kind of like now it's a personal, you know, it's my goal, it's almost a vendetta against the, you know, the cutting edge. I will make you sharp, you know. So we just do this, don't press too hard. And I think I am going to leave it alone this time, because I'm going to end up having that knife too sharp, you know, for longevity. Oop, that's until you hit the point. Okay, then you have to tip it. But the Tonto part is plenty sharp. If you can tease it along, and you don't really have to tease it. It's actually pretty sharp. Now, see, it won't move at all once you touch. Okay, and you'll actually feel, oop, there it went, took the thumbnail right off, just like I knew it would. So let's make about 4 or 5 thumbnails on here. Now I'm going to hold still, you look. There's all the thumbnail on there. So yes, I actually just scrape the thumbnail off. I don't bullshit people, you know why? You get caught. That's just not a good idea. Then you got egg on your face and you just look bad. So anyway, to Jason?
Elvis J.
Elvis J. Why did I say that? To Elvis J. from Maine. All right. Sharpens Best, Brad Buckner, Chance, that's who he sent it to. Here's his dad's knife. He's going to hand it off to his son. We got it sharpened up for you. We're going to send it back, and we actually have in our little arsenal of goodies here, okay, a priority mailer, and it says
Justin Ano. We forgot the I-A-N-O.
Justin, Justin Iano, Italian maybe, Justiano. I'm going to quit at that because I'm probably.
There's so many packages. I just had to make a note so we know who goes where.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, anyways, yes, we are going to get mailed out to you. Yes, we did get it. We did a video. Go online. We're going to send you an email. So you can go find it. Thanks for sending it in. We do appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that you trusted us to have the knife, to put it in the mail. It was your dad's knife. You can't replace it. You can buy another one, but that wasn't Dad's knife. This wasn't the longevity of Dad having this knife. And then you're not actually going to be passing on your dad's knife to your son. So it'd be grandson getting it. So here's the knife. It's fixed now. It does cut well. Give it a try. Get back with us. Let us know that you got it back. Watch the video. This is Brad Buckner, Denver, Colorado, and we're going to say goodbye for right now. Thanks a lot. Take care. We'll see you later.